Yes.
All right, so you found your sweetheart. Now you need to start planning a future, a financial life together. Bayport Credit Union's Lewis Smith is here to tell us some key things you might need to know about joining your accounts.
Yeah, that's a big step.
It is a huge step. I'm like getting nervous just thinking about it.
That's right. You're thinking about that future Mrs. Nick and what's going to happen, what's that going to be like.
I've met so many so far, I can't even tell you what's going to happen next.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Okay, so when do you start initially thinking about when to join accounts?
Well, it's a big step. I mean, it's not something you want to enter into lightly. You know, we were talking about what are the benefits of a joint checking account. And one of the benefits is that, you know, both people can get access to the money. If something, you know, heaven forbid, happens to one of you, the money passes automatically to the other person. But the downside is
you have to possibly lose all your money if they decide to take it all.
Exactly. Very bad.
So don't mess up in your relationship.
That's right. Yeah.
Right.
Unfortunately, I've heard lots of stories about, you know, these poor, you know, sailors who've gone out to sea, thought they'd found, you know, the future Mrs. Nick in their lives, and then they come back and
hopefully their name's Nick too, though, right?
Yeah. Hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if they're finding my future Mrs. Nick, it's wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but given that, you know, they come back and they find out that everything's gone. You know, they've lost everything to someone they thought they could trust. So, it's a big step. You don't want to enter into it lightly.
Okay. So, obviously, you know, we've gone over why you should have a joint account because, God forbid something happened. Now, why you shouldn't. If they're trying to figure this out, like, do you guys? I believe you guys offer an actual application on your website to kind of give you the benefits of, and you can actually see visually what it's like to have a joint account and how it's going to work out for you.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah, one of the nice things is, you know, say you had found that future Mrs. Nick and you were trying to decide what you wanted to do. A lot of people, the first step that they have to take is decide, do I want to have two individual accounts and one joint checking account that we're going to use to pay our bills together? Or, like my wife and I, happily married for 22 years. Hello, Susan.
Congratulations.
Yes,
yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
happy Valentine's Day. Couldn't resist it. Yeah, I know.
Oh, you just earned so many points
that's
just
right.
there. Good job.
Okay, yeah. So if you have that, each of you have that joint checking account. We have one together, and it works really well. But I know lots of other couples that they prefer to each have their own individual checking account and then have one that they use together to pay their bills. The nice thing about this product that you mentioned is FinanceWorks that we have. It's an Intuit product. Quicken, you've probably heard of them.
Of course.
This is basically a free version that we offer to all of our members. Just for being a member, you can go online. I think there's maybe a screenshot that you have of that particular
right there.
shot.
We're looking at it correct
right? So
now.
you can see at a glance. The nice thing is whether you have two accounts together or separately or one together, all of it will be pulled in. Your credit card accounts will be pulled in. You can see at a glance that little pie, where's my money going, so that you can have that conversation.
Okay.
There was a statistic that I read that I really liked in Smart Money magazine that said 70% of couples talk about finances every week. The problem is they don't know how to talk about finances, so it's usually emotionally charged and not very strategic. This sort of the ability to look at that big picture and just see at a glance where everything's going lets you have that tool to have a conversation.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter whether you have one account at one institution and she has one at another. It pulls it all together.
Great.
So
Well, Lewis, thank you so very much for joining us here, and you can all check that out at bayportcu.org.